Hello everyone, this is Dr. Kalpana and you're watching my YouTube channel Pharmacy Lessons Made Easy. The topic that we are going to discuss today is about spur and bulge. You might have come across these terms while studying rheology, that is the study of flow of fluids. In rheology, we generally have referred to the different characteristic flow by which the fluid flows. And if we talk about the pharmacy, then in that the dispersions may lead to a complex hysteresis loop rather than the normal curve, up and down curve. And this happens especially when shearing take place inside a viscometer, where the shear rate is increased to a point and then suddenly it decreases, or at a slow pace. So which type of complex hysteresis loop we obtain? That is a major question. And among the pharmaceutical dispersions, two main types of complex hysteresis loops have been observed. These are called spurs and bulges. So let's have a quick review of what are bulges and what are spurs. Firstly, let's start with the bulge. Bulge here means sudden bulge which is getting produced like this. Okay, so once you observe this up curve, rather than a normal curve, there is a slight bulge here. So uh, for it there should be a characteristic property, and such complex structure is actually shown by as an example bentonite gel, especially when it is of 10 to 15% consistency. And this characteristic bulge is in the up curve, not in the down curve, please note it. And it has been observed and reported that what happens with this crystalline this bentonite form is their crystalline plates form actually the house of card structure. House of card, so you might have observed this house of card, like many cards placed in such a way that they form a house of card structure. So earlier, before applying any shear stress, so they were not like that, but once the shear stress is applied, so they form a house of card like structure. What happens with that is it causes the swelling of bentonite magma, and ultimately this bulged hysteresis loop. So this was about bulge. And if we talk about the spur is actually shown by highly structured systems, like procaine penicillin, that as an example is mentioned here in the gel form. And this procaine penicillin is actually utilized for intramuscular injection. And it is a kind of protrusion that you are able to see here, like earlier at low shear rate value the shear stress was like this, and it suddenly get protruded in the form of a spur. So this structure demonstrates a high yield or spur value. That means it's a kind of bow shaped up curve. And the three-dimensional structure in this particular case gets broken down in the viscometer. Okay, in contrast to the bulge form, which was formed by the formation of house of card structure, here there is breakage in uh, the more you can say structured um, figure. So it is actually difficult to produce the spur until unless the sample of the gel is allowed to or subjected to remain as such in the undisturbed condition in the cup and bob assembly, which is actually utilized as a viscometer for the rheological run. And such type of spur system is characterized by determining the spur value. Okay, it is obtained using an instrument in which we can increase the rate of shear slowly and uniformly, and this is actually done automatically, not manually, and ultimately how the shear stress is obtained, that is read out and ultimately plotted on a graph, and that automatic recorder is also called the XY recorder. It records the readings as a function of shear rate. So it was found by scientists that penicillin gel have a definite spur value, and they were very thixotropic, and because it was used for intramuscular injection, so once injected intramuscularly, it formed depots upon injection, and because of that depot formation, the prolonged blood level of the drug can be obtained from that pattern of spur formation. So that is how procaine penicillin is actually useful, by showing the spur like consistency in its flow pattern. It will form a depot inside, and it can offer the prolonged blood level of procaine penicillin inside the blood. So this was all about bulge and spur. Hope you understood the concept and the difference between two types of curves and how they are actually utilized in pharmacy field because of this complex hysteresis loop that is obtained. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do click on the like button, subscribe my channel, and share it on social media. Thank you.